begin recording this. All right. Good morning. Let's see. We are 245. All right. Good. We are all together here now. Luis already sent you the your password. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So you can try with that. Get in. All right. And then you can join up. If you keep having the problem, just let me know. Send me an email. Mándame un email si tienes problemas con esto. Pero ya te mandé la contraseña. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Good. So today, before we start, we're going to give going from our attendance list. Okay. But we are all here, so I just want to call real quick. Cardona Alfaro Guillermo.
Present.
Okay, okay. Estrada Chávez Luis Alberto. All right, all right. Estrada Chávez, where is he? Okay, all right. Rosales Chavarría.
Present.
Okay. Tobar Rodríguez.
Present.
Okay. And Valdez Morales.
Present.
All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. One is missing. Se nos fue alguien. Mario is
Luis.
here. Luis. Okay, again. He had problems with his internet. So, okay, we will forgive him this time. Okay, let's see. All right, let's turn this off. Okay. I have an announcement to make, okay? For this coming Wednesday, I won't be here in class, okay? But I'm going to send you a link for with a video so you can review it and study it for your next test, okay? Next test is or exam for unit, okay? For unit number 1, all right? So study it, okay, and review it, okay, and study a lot, okay. El miércoles que viene, o sea, pasado mañana, no voy a estar en clase, tengo capacitación aquí por parte del colegio. Entonces, tengo que hacer un video, le voy a hacer un video, le voy a mandar por su correo electrónico el link para que ustedes lo revisen. De ahí estudien ustedes, por favor, ok. Estudien bien. Ajá.
What day?
Perdón.
What day?
Wednesday, el miércoles que viene, pasado mañana. ¿Ok?
Sure.
No voy a estar acá porque tengo capacitación de parte del colegio. ¿Ok? Como soy también nuevo ingreso, ¿verdad? Entonces voy a estar ahí. Entonces yo voy a hacer un video el día de hoy, se lo voy a mandar el link por su correo electrónico y ustedes lo revisan. ¿Ok? Es sobre nuestras clases. Hoy vamos a review everything we have already seen. ¿Ok? Regarding our guide number 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? If we don't have the time to review it, all 4 guides, I'm going to send you the video for Wednesday regarding the last 2, for example, okay? So let's see, get your book, please, top notch, okay? And we're going to get ready, okay? We already have our attendance list done. We're going top notch and we're going to review, we begin to review, okay? Our different videos that we have here. All right, okay. We'll go over here. Okay, here we are. This is us over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We already enrolled in this. I'm going to assign the course for you, okay? So we can check and study it as well, okay? For example, this lesson 1, right? We're going to see present perfect for indefinite past time, okay? We're going to check everything there are about present perfect, okay? So we will have a good understanding about this. And lesson 2 as well, okay? We did greet a visitor to your country. Well, we saw in number 2, okay? Number 2. As you can see, I'm assigning this to you right now so you can see it, okay? You already have access to your platform. Remember, don't mix my English lab, which is this one, with my own. My own, we are not seeing it right now. Is next unit, unit number 2, and we're going to check on my own. My own, just forget about right now. We're going to concentrate on this one, okay? My English lab, right? Let's see. Lesson 3 at the hand. No, that's not it. Okay, lesson 4. Participle adjectives. Adjective, listen to expression, travel experience. Okay. I'm going to sign all this. You might sound, might look like it is a lot to you, but anyway, just review it, please, okay? So you can have a good points on this, all right? Select all, okay? Well, I'm going to select all, everybody. Next, I'm going to leave it for Monday, 22nd, March, okay? That'll give you time for this week and next week. Okay, our, let's see, our test or the final exam from unit 1, okay? It will be, let's see, between from March 19 to Friday 19, which is March, those for 5 days, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So you will have plenty of time to study this, okay? I'm going to leave it for the 22nd, so you have an extra days to check on that, okay? Anyway, we need to learn really well how to make sentences in present perfect, okay? So we'll give here, enable timer, let's say 60 minutes. I don't know if you can take more than this. Test attempts, if you want to make a test, okay, we will, let's see, unlimited test attempts. This is not necessary for you to do right now, okay? The test attempts, just some way to see and review everything we have already seen, okay? And I assign it. And you can, once you open your platform from my English lab, you can see all this, okay? For now, we're going to review it a little bit about this. I will be talking to you and asking you about if you understand or not, okay? All right, so let's begin right now. We're going to see first our first video. We already seen this, but it won't hurt, okay, to see it again. So I will have to stop sharing because you're not seeing this. And share it back again. Okay, let's see. Let me know if you can see this part. Can you see the video here?
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, good. So I will begin with this, okay? Let's pay attention to it. I will be talking about this, explaining a further explanation, okay, with this.
Hi there. Today's lesson is about the present perfect for indefinite past tense. Before we start, let's talk about traveling. I love to travel. I have visited 24 countries. I have traveled a lot. But my younger brother David hasn't traveled that much. I have visited 24 countries. I have traveled a lot. But my younger brother David has not traveled that much. He has visited a few countries. We use the present perfect to express an indefinite time in the past. That means that we don't say exactly when the event happened. For example, I have visited 24 countries. We use the simple past tense to express a definite time in the past. This means we say when the event happened. I visited Ecuador last year. We form affirmative statements with has or have plus the past participle. I have traveled a lot.
Okay, as you can see here, she is ensembling of making a sentence, okay? How can we make a sentence, okay, using present perfect? We need to add the subject. We remember subject are the pronouns I, you, he, she, it, we, you, and they. Or we can use names, okay? Name, for example, here, David. He's talking about he, okay? So then we add, when it's affirmative form, okay? We add have or has. We use have when we use for first person or I, you, okay? We and they. And has when we are referring to a third person. In this case, that'll be David or he, she, or it, okay? We can use David for man, or for example, Mary, if we are talking about a woman, all right? So over here, we say we use our past participle verb. Past participle verb is the verb that we use to finish a sentence in present perfect. In this case, she's using I have traveled a lot. In this case, this verb, travel, viajar, okay, is let's say a verb, okay, it is a regular verb, sorry, regular verb. So when it's a regular verb, we add ed, okay. Cuando es un verbo regular, en pasado participio, ese no cambia, solo se pronuncia de la misma manera en pasado. Le podemos agregar a un verbo regular una D, una ED o también una IED. Okay? All right. In this case, he's using as a David, and then the verb has, again, visit. That'll be our verb, regular verb, visit. Okay? But which is because it is in the past participle, she added ed. In this case, is visited a few countries. What it makes the difference, makes a difference between a past sentence and a in a present perfect sentence. One is something that happened in the past, okay, but it is definite. And the other is indefinite. ¿Qué nos hace la diferencia entre una oración en pasado y otra oración en presente perfecto? Es de que en pasado es algo definitivo. Yo hice tal cosa, ¿verdad? En tal fecha. Hay una fecha usual para definir esto, ¿ok? En cambio, en el pasado participio, ¿ok? O presente perfecto, perdón, de la oración, utilizamos algo que es indefinido. No sabemos exactamente cuándo pasó, ¿ok? Let's continue with this.
David has visited a few countries. We form negative statements with has not or have not plus the past participle. David has not traveled a lot. My parents have not visited Peru.
Now, we are using the negative form, okay? Negative. And it's really easy. The only thing that we need to do is add not between our verb have or has and our verb past participle. La diferencia es aquí, lo único que tenemos que agregar es no, ok, or not. Entre el verbo have, que es tener, o has, cuando es tercera persona, y nuestro verbo de pasado participio, ok. ¿Cuál es la diferencia, por ejemplo? Si decimos en pasado el verbo travel es viajó, viajó. Y el pasado participio diría viajado, ¿ok? David no ha viajado mucho. Mis padres no han viajado o no han visitado Perú. Visitó, ¿ok? O visitado, aquí, ¿verdad? Aquí diría, si fuera solo pasado, my parents didn't visit Perú, ¿verdad? Diría, por ejemplo, mis padres no viajaron a Perú, all right? That is the difference, right? Let's continue with this.
The past participle comes after the verb have or have. The past participle of regular verbs is the same as the past tense and ends in ed, like traveled or visited. We usually use contractions or short forms in speaking and in informal writing. For example, I've is the short form of I have. He
Here we are seeing what is the contractions, the short form of saying something. Es la manera corta de decir algo. Instead of saying he has, we're only going to write has. And you can see the examples here, okay?
He is the short form of he has. Has and not contract to form hasn't. Have and not contract to form haven't. I've traveled a lot. He's visited only a few countries. David hasn't traveled a lot. My parents haven't visited Peru. Look at the affirmative contractions with all subject pronouns. Look at the negative contractions with all subject pronouns.
Okay. Now we can see here that, let's see, let's short this one up. Okay. Let's close it over here. And we will see the next one, okay? The next video is talking about yes and no information. So we're going to get to know how to make questions in present perfect, okay? So we will see the next one here, okay? Let me know if you can see it in your screen. All right, can you see it?
The grammar coach video.
Correct, that's the one. Thank
see
you
it.
very much. All right, let's see it now. It says here, grammar coach video. Yes, no, and information questions with the present perfect. Okay, we will watch on this, okay?
Hi there. Today's lesson is about asking yes, no, and information questions with the present perfect. Have you studied English before? Where have you studied? To form yes, no questions, we put has or have first. Then we put the subject and the.
Remember now, can you remember that before we used first the subject or all these pronouns, and then we add have or has. Now, because we are making a question, we're going to move these two at the beginning, always at the beginning, okay? And this is the examples. Has he studied English before? Has she studied English before? Or has it studied English before? Okay, if we're going to use our verb have, because it's not a third person, we're going to say it like this. Have I used English at work? Have you used English at work? Have they used English at work? Etc. Okay, let's see what she has to say about this, all right?
Past participle. Have you studied English before? Have you used English at work? We can use short answers for yes, no questions. For example, we can say, yes, I have, or no, I haven't. With negative short answers, we almost always use contractions. To form information questions, Add a question word or question word plus noun before has or has. Where has she studied? Which schools have they attended?
All right. So what we watched here, okay, was about our WH questions. WH questions is all these questions that has at the beginning W and H. Where, which, what, who, whom, okay? What else? Well, we have like 7 of them. How, in fact, how is one of them too, right? So here is the question. As you can see, we added this where, okay, and which. Which schools have I attended? Well, I have attended several schools. That's a question, okay? And in this one over here, okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, here are the answers to a question or question, okay? For example, have you studied in England? If I ask one of you, okay, have you studied in England? You can say, no, I haven't. Okay, por ejemplo, yo les pregunto, ¿han estudiado en Inglaterra? No, no lo he hecho, ¿verdad? O no, simplemente no. You can answer only with yes, okay, or no. Like, have you studied in Don Bosco? Yes. But if you want to make more accurate answer, you can say or answer, yes, I have. ¿Han estudiado en el Colegio Don Bosco? Sí, yo he estudiado en el Colegio Don Bosco. Or in this case, no, okay? So these are our questions and how to answer them, okay? Remember, when they ask you using the verb have, okay? You answer using the verb have or has, okay? If they ask you, we're using the verb would or could, okay? You can answer the same way, okay? All right. So let's continue and see and watch once again this part, okay?
To form information questions, add a question word or question word plus noun before has or has. Where has she studied? Which schools have they attended?
Okay. So let's stop sharing right here, okay? So I might ask a question to you, any one of you, okay? And you answer me like, yes, I have, or no, I haven't, okay? For example, let's say Christian, okay? Have you seen the movie Avengers?
Yes, I have.
Oh, good, okay, all right, good. And how about, let's see, Fernando? Have you traveled to Europe?
Yes, I have.
Okay, all right. And Mario, okay, have you gone to any discotheque lately?
Yes, I have.
Yes. Which one? When you went to dance? Oh yeah? Where to? Do you know the name? You don't know the name. Or was just a regular party? A regular
It's a
party.
party. Mhm.
Ah, oh, good. So, do you dance well or so? ¿Puedes bailar bien o no? Okay.
Medio.
Okay. How about you, Guillermo? Have you ever gone to a dancing place or a discotheque before?
Yes, I have.
Oh yeah. Where to or which one?
I don't remember the name, but
It was
it's
a
in
discotheque.
como
Was it a discotheque or just a party, regular party?
discotheque.
Ah, good. Okay. Did they let you in then?
Yes.
Ah, good. Okay. Because I remember before when I was underage, underage, that means that I didn't have 18 years old. I wasn't 18 years old. Okay, so they asked me for my DPI. Okay, but back in those days, we didn't have any DPI. What we had, it is called cédula de vecindad, and they asked us for identification. Okay, ID is the name they call it in the United States. The ID means is short for identification. Okay, your identification, please, is your ID card. Okay, so that's a problem. I used to go to a different places to dance as well. Okay, but before it wasn't that dangerous to go alone by myself. Okay, so I went with a couple of friends and went to dance to Zone 4, okay, Zona 4, and any other places like that. Okay, and we used to have parties at somebody's house or a friend's house. They call it repasos or toques. Okay, that was on Fridays afternoon or Saturdays that we used to go there. Okay, and we danced from like 3 o'clock p.m. until like 7, and then that was the time for their parents to go and eat, have dinner. So okay, we had to cut this off and get all the furniture back together at home, okay, in the living room, and we finished that. We cleaned real quick, so the parents didn't complain about it, okay? So that's how we dance a little bit of that. All right, let's watch another video. We have it here, okay? We keep going to keep sharing, all right? Okay, over here, and see anything else here, okay? Present perfect with irregular verbs. Remember that we saw, okay, with using regular verbs. How are we going to do it with irregular verbs? Let's see it right here, okay? So we're going to put this in a big screen. Let me know if you can see the present perfect with irregular verbs video. Can you see it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead then.
Hello. This lesson is about the present perfect with irregular verbs. The noise is so loud. The noise has stopped. I think they've driven away. No, they haven't gone. The verbs in these sentences are in the present perfect tense. We make the present perfect with has or have and the past participle of the verb. The noise has stopped. I think they've driven away. Oh no, they haven't gone. Regular past participles are formed the same ways as the simple past tense and end in ed. For example, visit, visited, talk, talked, stop, stopped. But many common verbs have irregular past participles. For example, the past participle of be is been. The past participle of go is gone. The past participle of speak is spoken. The past participle of drive is driven. Here are some more examples of irregular verbs, their past forms, and their past participles. I know it's difficult, but you'll need to memorize these.
Just like she said, okay, remember, there is no other way to come up with all these verbs, okay, in past participle, this is regular verbs, all this, than just, well, memorizing them, okay? We need to memorize them in order to use them, okay? Tenemos que memorizar estos verbos que son irregulares en pasado participio, okay? Para poder hacer nuestras oraciones, okay? Remember, if we go back to our book, okay, let's stop sharing here for a moment. In page 123, we have a list, short list of our verbs, irregular verbs, okay? Remember, this is going to help you a lot to you, okay? A lot. And if we go to a page 124, next page, we have how to use this present, past, and future tenses, okay? Next page will be this one over here, okay? It will help you how to do or make a sentence in present perfect, okay? And in past, present, and future tense as well, okay? All right, so we're going to go back and try to watch another one. Okay, we have 9:34 a.m. We still have time to keep studying a little bit more. Okay, and now we're going to make a difference and to see a difference between present perfect and simple past. Okay, vamos a ver la diferencia entre presente perfecto y el pasado simple. Don't forget that as we get used to the language over here, okay, we will not notice when we are talking about past time or past tense and present perfect tense, okay? Thus automatically our brain will make the switch and keep talking, just as we speak Spanish, okay? Cuando nosotros tengamos ya práctica, no vamos a estar pensando, oh, hagamos una oración en presente perfecto o en pasado simple. Simplemente nuestro cerebro va a saberlo y lo va a cambiar automáticamente. Así como estamos hablando en español, ¿ok? Yo fui a Dollar City ayer domingo, ¿ok? O también, yo he estado en Dollar City varias veces, ¿ok? Ahí estamos haciendo la diferencia, ¿ok? Una es definitivo. Yo estuve el día domingo, hablando en pasado, en Dollar City. O yo he ido varias veces a Dollar City, ¿ok? Y esa es la diferencia. Estamos hablando siempre del pasado, ¿ok? Pero uno es un pasado definitivo y otra es que he ido varias veces. Pasado indefinido, ¿ok? Muy bien. Pasado definido, ¿ok? Presente perfecto es indefinido. All right, so let's watch this, okay? And go ahead, and we will take this. We're still sharing screen here. Right, the present perfect versus the simple past. Are we all there yet, right now? Okay, let's play it.
Hello. This video is about the present perfect versus the simple past. How many continents have you visited? I've visited 3: North America, South America, and Europe. I was in South America last July. I visited Bolivia and Argentina. How many continents have you visited? I visited 3: North America, South America, and Europe. These sentences are in the present perfect tense. I was in South America last July. I traveled in Bolivia and Argentina. These sentences are in the simple past tense. First, let's talk about the simple past tense. Look at this sentence and the diagram. They arrived at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is before now. It's a definite time in the past. Now let's look at the present perfect. They've arrived. In the present perfect, the action is past, but there isn't a definite time. Here is another difference between simple past and present perfect. I saw 2 films last week. I've seen 2 films this week. The simple past is for repeated actions completed in the past, like last week, yesterday, or in 2011. The present perfect is for repeated actions in the present, like this week. This week means so far or until now. Finally, look at these sentences. He was in South Korea for 2 years. He's been in South Korea for 2 years. The simple past is for actions that started and finished in the past. In the first sentence, The speaker is not in South Korea now. The present perfect is for actions that started in the past and continue until now. In the second sentence, the speaker is in South Korea now.
Okay, so now because we are running out of time, okay, I will stop recording our conversation, okay, our